I'm enjoying it so far on my based God PS4. I didn't start playing Cyberpunk 2077 until the weekend it came out. So the first patch, the day one patch, had already been downloaded, and then the hotfix came a day or two later. And I feel like maybe that's why my experience starting the game wasn't as bad as other people. It didn't look that bad for me. It looked pretty good, and the glitches and the bugs weren't really that game breaking. Like, but see, that's the thing though. So the first brain dance mission is when I really felt like the bugs was a problem, because it took me forever in the mission where you have to find where the relic is hidden for the heist that you're planning with Dex and Evelyn. So that was just completely bugged. I had to keep going back to earlier save, reloading, trying to get the relic to populate so I could scan it and get out of that brain dance. I watched several YouTube videos and I knew exactly where it was supposed to be, the relic. It just wouldn't populate for me. And I was like, well, I guess that's it. Right when I'm really getting into the game, I'll just have to stop and then just say, forget about it. I tried it one more time, or a couple more times after saying I'll give up, I'm done. And it finally populated for me. And it was a miserable experience, though, just a miserable experience. And every subsequent brain dance mission that I've done since, terrible, absolutely crap. And I can't even remember them now. I think the last one I did, the last one I just did was, earlier today, actually. It was for the mayor. And I'm not going to get into it too much, but you meet that guy River because of it. So if anybody who's played it knows anything about that, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm not an expert on gaming at all. I just like to talk about games. So that's the reason why I'm talking about it. So, I don't know if I would recommend it to anybody. Certainly not now. And it's one of those things where you see people talk about it now and they're really fucking pissed. They're pissed at CD Projekt Red. They're pissed at the game. But there's levels to it, right? So it looks terrible on current gen or last gen consoles, however you want to classify the PS4 or the Xbox One or whatever the hell it is. So that's one issue. And then the other issue is that across all platforms, there's issues with bugs, there's crashes, there's game-breaking bugs. That's a problem. And then there's also an issue with the fact that the game is clearly not finished. It's very half-baked. There's a lot of features and quality of life issues with this game. There's a lot of things that are missing, and then there's just a lot of things that don't make sense as you play through it. I've clocked about 40-something hours in this game, but I haven't done much at all. Most of the time has been spent reloading saves to get past bugs and glitches, or just sorting my way through the inventory, trying to figure out how to do things, because it's not very clear. I'll sit there and try to figure out how to craft ammunition, for instance, and I don't know how much I need to craft for. And I didn't find out until I think just yesterday that if you craft too much, it'll just disappear. So I think the limit is 400 or something like that for pistol ammo. But I went one day just recently and just went on a tear, just craft, pistol. And then when I checked my gun, when I got back into combat or whatever, I'm like, wait, I only have 400. What happened to all the other ammo? It doesn't tell you. I think it's hard to talk about. Like I said, it's really hard to talk about this game because I enjoy the game. but it's unfinished, and there's a lot of dumb, stupid things that take you out of the experience beyond the bugs and the glitches, like the frame rate issues or whatever. Beyond that, the story I really like, and the story for a lot of side jobs and gigs I really do enjoy. I don't think any of that is a problem, but I do run into things like annoying little things. Some are annoying little, and some are annoying big. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but it's hard to pin down. A lot of people are just angry, and I'm not trying to sound like Mr. Thoughtful, balanced guy. It's more trying to grasp exactly how to pinpoint what the issues are. So, if CD Projekt Red were to clear up all the bugs and have it running much better on the current gen consoles, it would still probably be an 8. Emotionally, though, story-wise, it may push it up to a 9. I don't really rate games like that, though. I know most people rate games, 1 through 10. I rate them, 1 through 5 stars. I give them stars. So if I were to rate the game, I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like even with all the problems that I have with the game, the story, the voice acting, the music, I think that I could probably give this a 5 out of 5. And nothing is perfect. So I don't like when people get upset and say, oh, the game, the reviewer spent all this time explaining why he hated the game or the problems he had with the game. But then when he was finished, he gave it a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. You have all these problems, but you give it a 10 out of 10. It's not about it being perfect. It's about the highest rating you can give a game or any work of art. That's the issue. And I just wish that people were smart enough to I shouldn't even insult people like that, but I just wish people had a whatever. Anyway, getting back to it, I think that story-wise, like I said, music, voice acting, all that's great. There are some wonderful moments in this game that I really can't talk about, and not even for spoiler purposes. It's just how you would be affected by it personally. Like, there's a scene where you have to go look for a woman who you planned a heist with, and everything went to shit. So you're looking for her, and you think she's at some like high-tech brothel. She's supposed to be at this high-tech brothel, and in order to get into the brothel to see her, you have to hire a sex worker, or a joy toy, as they call her. And the scene is so unexpectedly well done and poetic. It's not just and look, I'm a pervert, so I like raunchiness or whatever, so that's not the problem. But I didn't expect it. I expected raunchiness and just sort of a hey baby kind of scene where you go in there, you fool around a little bit, and then you try to get the information that you need. But it turned out to be something so much more, I don't know, it had so much gravitas to it. Just, you would have to see it. It's a part of a quest called Ghost Town. Isn't it? Is that the one? No, it's called Automatic Love. It's part of a quest called Automatic Love. It's early into the game, relatively speaking. But anyway, enough of that. There's just a lot of great moments in the game. So Panem, who is this super hot, amazing babe who's with the nomads out in the desert. Well, she was like, I guess, an outcast for a while, but we won't get into that either because you got to play the game. Or if you play the game, you already know who I'm talking about. It's annoying. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it's annoying that, she's straight, because I'm playing as a female V. So you have this really flirty, rather romantic flirty scene with Panem after the first side job you do with her. And this is after you've already done an earlier mission where you first meet her and where she helps you do something that you really need taken care of for your story. Later she calls you and she says, hey, look, I need your help. And then eventually you go and help her. And when it's done, you're chilling in a motel and there's a sandstorm outside. And then you just start flirting, and she shoots you down though because she's straight. She doesn't say it, but I know she's straight because I was like, hey, how do I romance this chick? Oh no, she's straight. Well, fuck. But anyway, there's some really great moments. And what was great about that scene in particular, the one I'm all over the place, I know. But what was great about this motel scene in the middle of a sandstorm, and you're flirting with Panem, and you're pretending you're the proprietor of this rundown motel. And she basically tells you when you make a move on her, let's just be friends. It's better that way. She doesn't say, oh, I'm straight. She just goes, let's just be friends. It's better that way. You talk a little bit more. She goes to sleep. And the music is just really, I don't know, such a perfect choice. The music really highlights a sort of somber, sweet tone. It's hard to describe. And then Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves, caps it off perfectly. Like, he ends the scene with, like, joining the role play. And it's unexpected, but it fits perfectly. And I'm not doing it justice, I know. But, I don't know. See, the thing about this game, I keep saying, I'm coming back to this. It has perfectly beautiful moments, but then it also has really frustrating moments, like with this stupid ass gun, Zippy. I found out about this rare iconic gun called Zippy, and it's straight out of a Fallout 4 or Fallout 3. Well, it's straight out of a Bethesda game. This gun, when you find it, it has a hologram of a bullet that's smiling and looks like a mascot, and it talks to you, and it tells you that, or it gives you a choice. It says, hey, I'm a smart gun. You decide how you want me to be. Do you want me to be a stone cold killer? Sorry. You want to be a stone cold killer, or do you want to be a puppy loving pacifist? So I was thinking, when the gun asked me this, I was thinking, should I be a puppy loving pacifist? Something just made me think maybe I should just be a puppy loving pacifist. Like, maybe the gun's going to judge me or something since it's talking to me. But it's like, no, let me play the game like I want to play it. I will be a stone cold killer because that's what I want. I want this gun because it's like, I'll if you say stone cold killer, I'll get all headshots. If you say puppy loving pacifist, I'll cripple them basically. So I'm like, okay, fine, stone cold killer. This is a great gun. I'm super gun build is what I want. I'm an assault. Well, I'm a pistol assault rifle build guy. So I'm pick this. And I'm loving the gun. The gun's great. Then, out of nowhere, I've had this gun for a couple of days. Real life, in reality days, I've had this gun. All of a sudden, the fucking gun tells me, you've killed 50 people. I'm now going to switch to puppy-loving pacifist mode from now on. And then the character, in the game, or the character, you ask, wait, what are you talking about? Can I change it back? And it's like, no, you can't change it back. So that's it. Like, it doesn't tell you in the beginning when you get the gun, hey, look, be aware. If you choose, whatever you choose, you can only do it for 50 enemies. And then after that, it's going to switch to the other mode and you're fucked. And I don't understand why CD Projekt Red would do that. I feel like probably, most people who would defend that decision would just say, oh, you can just play it again, your next playthrough, and then you'll know what to do. But it's like, no, just let me play the game how I want to play the game. Why do you have this really cool, interesting gun that fucking talks and makes like jokes or whatever, and then it takes away how you want to play. It restricts the way you want to play it. That's dumb. So I don't know. And now it's like, oh, you got to take me to my original owner. It's like, what? Like, it would be cool if this gun had a quest line where you get to access its like authentication code or whatever, so that you can command it to do exactly what you want it to do. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems like it's like, fuck you. You killed 50 people. Now you're done. I'm switching it to pacifist mode. There's nothing you can do to change it. And by the way, I want you to give me back to my original owner. And then you just you give it to your original owner, and that's it. That's the end of the gun. Like, I don't know. It just seems like developers, and I've said this in the past, a lot of developers are sociopaths, and I've noticed that CD Projekt Red are always doing little stupid slick shit like that. Even in Witcher 3, I noticed that there was that one storyline and that one quest where you're supposed to be gathering material for great armor. Excuse me. And then when you finally finish and you get the armor, it's those stupid fucking Witch Slayer guys. So it's like, you had me go through all this crap just to craft a Witch Slayer, like the worst fucking faction in the game. This is I wasted all this time and got really invested into getting this armor, and it's just a Witch Slayer. Like, why would that be the reward? Why would the armor that you get be for the most shittiest, hateful people where you don't want to wear it? So I did this whole quest, and I just threw that stupid shit in the trash. So, anyway, so yeah. Basically, I've just been rambling. I think the game is good. It's very bare bones. There's a lot of features missing. There's a lot of features missing. And there's a lot of quality of life improvements that it needs. I think it's already ruined a chance for a lot of people to truly appreciate it when it's completed finally. I don't know. No Man's Sky, I guess, did it, although a lot of people probably still think, what? No Man's Sky was that shitty game that came out years ago. People still talk about that? I mean, like me, I don't, I hear about it because I do kind of pay attention to gaming news. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll actually get it at some point. Because I personally like, second chance stories. So, in this particular case, though, I think CD Projekt Red really did fuck themselves. Well, the management did anyway. Really fucked themselves in a way that will probably be hard to overcome. I think most people actually already assume that they will improve the game. And it won't be perfect on current gen consoles. And I'm not even looking for perfection right now. Like, for me, if they're going to give you that free upgrade for the PS5, I'll just, get into that. I'm not a PC gamer right now. I'm not going to get the PS5 anytime soon. But if they improve the game, make it more playable, and my concern, though, isn't really them improving it. It's like, as far as performance and getting rid of bugs, I'm more concerned about quality of life and quality of life and missing features. There's no way, unless they just, make a sequel. I don't know what the story is going to be like right now, but if they make a sequel, they can probably really do some of the things they promised this time. I think maybe not. They probably need new management, new direction, because, we hear about the fact that this game was in development since 2013 or whatever, but I think in truth it's really only been in development, the actual game, for like 4 years, probably like something like Anthem, where they fought around and waste years, I guess, trying to come up with a concept or whatever, and then actually don't really do the game itself until like a year before it's supposed to be released. So, yeah, I don't know. It looks fine for me right now. It can look better. Whatever clips you might see, as I'm gonna try to upload some little clips that I captured, to go along with whatever the fuck I'm talking about now. But it'll probably look terrible. It'll look terrible because it's a base PS4. Then it's going to be compressed or whatever. Look terrible when it gets uploaded on YouTube. So, I don't know.